episode of This Old Bike, we're going to teach you why it's not a really good idea to leave your motorcycle behind your house for 5 years. It's your pal Dusty once again here on the fabulous West Coast, San Jose, California, a different area of San Jose, California, up here in the East Hills, where it's gorgeously beautiful today. Rainbow Dash has again outdone herself with the beauty that is San Jose. But how you like the new set? You like the new set? Beautiful, right? Got all the girls. Everything is here. This is the new living room with the Tiffany glass and everything, and the Applejack colors. That wasn't my pick. That was the Carrot one. Applejack colored walls. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? You like it? You like it? Okay, I think we stay here for a little while. At least another year. But anyway, you didn't come here to see my living room, did you? No. You did not come here to see my living room. You came here because we have the man that all is wings, Mr. M.A. Larson. Mitchell.
Hello there, team.
Hi, team.
Hey, everybody.
What's going on, buddy?
Congratulations on the new set, Dusty.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, it's a beautiful thing. It's all Carradwin's doing. All Carradwin's doing. Yes.
I know you bought it just to have a new set, and you just happened
to have the new set because we were getting old. You know, it was an old set, so I have to actually move this. I have to move this microphone right now because Carradwin told me something bad about where it was sitting, so I'm moving it over just a little bit. Okay, I got you, Carradwin. No problem. And with that, we are going to introduce. Hey, Mitch, you've been everywhere lately. I mean, right now you're in Hawaii, right?
I'm in Hawaii as we speak.
Hawaii,
so
of all
I
places.
apologize. I apologize in advance because I'm using a hotel Wi-Fi, so I may cut out. But
hotel
I hope
Wi-Fi.
not.
So hopefully, people can tell me that his audio is okay. So if his audio is too weak, let me know. I'll turn him up. But yeah, so hotel audio. You're actually at Disneyland Resort, right?
Yes, I'm at the Alani Disney Resort at Oahu.
Yeah, which is not very Hawaiian at all.
No, not at all. No. No.
You and Ma need to get out, right? Put the kids to bed and go out to the other side
Yeah,
of
no
the island.
kidding. Get on those big waves.
Yeah, get on big waves where the poi is, and get out. It'd be awesome. Let me see. Let me get my questions out. Where's my script? There it is. Okay, and I'm using the TV as a monitor, so I'm looking out here. I'm looking at my script. Okay, everybody, this is a whole brand new thing to me. We're trying to make it really nice. Okay, so first question, which is the new question. I don't think I asked you this question last time you were here. The new question for everybody who comes on the show. What are some of the cartoons and comics that you read or watched as a child, or still watching and reading to this day?
See, I'm always a disappointment with these kind of questions because I never really read comic books. I know. My brother did. He read X-Men and all that stuff, but I never did. The only one I read religiously and collected and still actually have every single one is Gru the Wanderer.
Oh, are you kidding me? I got all of Gru. All of it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I got them all in their plastic. They're all preserved.
Did you pick up Gru versus Conan? Yeah.
I did not.
Dude.
I better get that.
You need to pick that
I'm going to write this down.
Yep. San Diego Comic-Con just released. I think it's either just released or it's coming out soon. Gru versus Conan. It's a collab.
Okay, so I'm definitely going to check that out.
Pick that one up.
I've tried multiple times to inquire about the rights of that because to make a movie out of it, but they'll just never sell.
No, Sergio will never sell that.
No.
Are you kidding?
And in terms of
hotel Wi-Fi. Mitch. Uh-oh. It is a Disneyland resort. You'd think they'd have Wi-Fi worth a HUD. Mitch. Where are you? Oh, yeah, there's a problem with getting back in the call. But anyway, yeah, he's so, yeah, we're waiting for him to come back. Come on, Mitch. Hopefully it isn't like this the entire show. I really, hope. Anyway, how are you? How are you this fine Monday? While we wait to get Mitch back. I love Skype. Skype is awesome. I love you, Skype. Please come back to me. Come back to me, Mitch. Yeah. Disney, get with it, okay? Because you got this wonderful, beautiful Hawaiian resort, but the Wi-Fi is like this. Really? Really, Disney? I mean, come on. Okay, let's try something here. I'm going to hang up on Mitch and recall him. Mitch. Come on, Mitch. This whole thing's just new. I can't get hold of him. I'm trying people. Yeah, see, I'm working. Wow. This is like the worst it's ever been. I'm trying, people. I'm sorry, but we're giving it a shot. Yep. Looks like Mitch has to do a full restart, so he's going to restart his computer and get back to us. Just let me know. Let me know. When ready. So everybody knows that Screwball is not here. He is off in Vancouver. He went to Brony over the weekend, so he's not going to be with us tonight. So we are going to have a special guest co-host, and that would be my good friend, Bulk Biceps, or Heavyweight, as he's known. So if you're in the chat room and you want to ask Mitch questions, get your questions to Heavyweight in the chat room, and he will take them and be ready for the second half of the show. So as soon as we can get Mitch back, let's see what else is going on. Oh, hey, you know what's going to happen this weekend? If anybody's in the Pacific Northwest, okay, there's a arts and music festival called Bumbershoot, if you've never heard of it. And I have been contracted to go up there and talk about bronies. So I will be doing a lecture called Why Bronies, Why Juggalos, Why Now? So I will be up there, and it's a Sunday little thing. So it's this coming Sunday. I'm not sure the exact time, but it's at Bumbershoot Festival. If you want to come and check me out, talking about bronies and why we do what we do and why it's happening now. Haven't figured exactly how I'm going to say it yet, but if anybody knows me, it's going to be entertaining. So other than that, let's see, message me, just try this. If it doesn't work, I think my dial in, blah, 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 blah. I haven't lost him, but I'm right here. Let's try this. To the Wi-Fi. Okay, we're going to give this another shot to give him a call. Added call. Let's give him a shot. Come on, Mitch. Answer it. You might have to use his data.
Hello?
There he is.
Hello? I'm so sorry, everybody.
Nah, it's all right. It's Skype.
Wouldn't you know it, right at the very beginning of this whole thing.
Beginning of the whole thing, right? Come on.
Well, I've closed everything else now except Skype, so
Awesome.
let's see if this works.
This will work. Okay. Cool. So we were at cartoons and comics. That you talked about.
Cartoons and comics.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you heard, so I'll just...
we talked about Gru the Wanderer. And
yes.
at that point, we were talking about...
Did we get into cartoons?
And then you dropped off.
Okay, so the cartoon side, I had an older brother, 2 years older than me, so I kind of watched everything he watched, and we watched all the standard 80s things like Mask and G.I. Joe and Transformers and Garfield and You know, I loved like the Top Cat and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just lots and lots and lots of cartoons. But I also watched, because of my grandparents, a lot of Nick at Night. So I watched a ton of Mr. Ed and the Beverly Hillbillies and, you know, sitcoms from the 50s and stuff.
I keep telling the comics people they need to put a Mr. Ed joke in the background somewhere. You know, like Pinkie's talking to Mr. Ed and Ed's not saying anything.
Absolutely.
You know?
He's the only one who can't talk.
He's the only one who can't talk, Mr. Ed.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that would be funny.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, now I hear that you're actually an MLP FIM Season 5 story editor. Is this correct?
Where did you hear that?
Oh, I don't know. Through the grapevine. So not only, it's just not a writer, you're an editor too. Sort of like Megan McCarthy's right-hand man. Yes? No?
I suppose that's true.
I suppose that's how did that come about?
I don't know what to say. I didn't know you knew that.
How did that come about? Yeah. Did you just come up and say, "Help me"? No.
I don't know what I'm allowed to say. I didn't know you knew that. I didn't know you knew that. How do you know that?
Oh, I don't know.
You've thrown me.
I got to do something one of these things. You know, I got to throw my guest once. You know, it's like, how do you know that? I have my sources. But yes, unknown and unclaimed sources do say that.
Yes, I did.
Your story editor.
I helped out for a little bit at the beginning of the season because Megan was working on on something else and got a little too busy. So I kind of jumped in for a little bit while she was doing something else, and then transitioned back to normal. Oh, got your butt kicked back out. What a scoop, dude! Oh,
sorry.
What a scoop!
What a scoop! You know?
I didn't know you knew that.
Hey, I got to make this. I got to make the show interesting somehow. You know, I'm fighting Bronyville. You know, I got to have something against Bronyville. It's such a great show. So I got to do something.
There you go.
Let's see. What else? And
they can scoop that I've taken over for Jim and Jason.
Oh, there you go. You know, you're taking over for Jim and Jason. God, you didn't let me in on this one. God, I thought we were friends. I really did.
I'm taking over for Jim and Jason, Sibsy, Andrea, and Megan.
Wow.
In season 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I thought we were friends. I'm not sending you another bottle.
I'm taking over for you too. Did you not know that?
Another thing Screwball's not telling me. God.
Yeah, he knew.
Draft. Why didn't you tell me I was fired? Galacon. How was your Europe trip? Tell us a bit about
Galacon was amazing. It was so fun.
Yeah.
It was very cool. I'd been to a European convention before. I went to Brony Days in Paris.
Okay.
The previous year. And it was really, it was really cool because I saw a lot of the same people there.
Okay.
You know, all the there were Bronies there from Czechoslovakia and Switzerland and Italy and France and, you know, just everywhere. The UK. There were people from America, which was weird. Some Canadians. But it was really fun. I was there with Nicole Oliver, and then she and I were the only two show guests.
Okay.
And then there were two German voice actresses, Pinkie Pie and Twilight Sparkle, and then a bunch of community guests. But it was a lot of fun. It was really big, and the venue was just sensational. It was the cutest little German town where the thing was held, and it's one of my favorite places. Yes, I just adore Germany. It's just awesome. So
how was it interacting with foreign VAs? Were they, you know, did they pick your brain because you're one of the writers? Did they come up to you and tell us a bit about interacting with a foreign VA?
It's very strange because they get the story so much later. You know, our VAs, our normal VAs, get the story quite a bit later than we write them. But then the foreign VAs, it's a whole nother level because they don't get it until after the show is done and produced and finished, and then they get it to redub. But it was pretty interesting because I was talking to the Twilight Sparkle. Her name is Julia Mainin, and she's the writer too. Like, she'll listen to the American version and figure out it's not a straight German translation. It's the best German translation, you know, to get the nuance and the colloquialisms of it. So she writes too. She writes all the shows that she dubs.
Wow.
And then it's about matching, you know, the words, and German words are much, much longer than English words.
Yeah.
So it's not always easy. but I got to see some clips of their work, and it was pretty amazing. The woman who does Pinkie Pie, her name is Jennifer Weiss. She is essentially Fluttershy in real life. Like, she was very quiet and timid and super nice. Really big fan of her. But then all of a sudden, she would become Pinkie Pie.
Wow.
So that was really fun to see. They're great.
Sort of like Andrea.
Yeah, exactly. And then I got to meet in Paris. I got to meet the French Rarity.
Oh wow.
And she's sort of she's like Rarity, but super mellow version. But yeah, I mean, it's just really fun to see the voice that sounds very similar to the broadcast voice, just speaking a completely different language. It's great.
Wow, that's cool.
Love it.
You have become quite the Twitter troll to us, Brony.
Yes.
The latest version is that you're going to kill off Twilight in the season 5 premiere.
Yes.
So I want to ask you directly. In this age of direct communication with a fan base, do you think that that's beneficial to the artist or a very huge distraction?
Interesting. I don't know. I think it really depends on who it is, because I don't like a lot of the nonsense that comes my way. I don't really care. It's funny, or let it roll off my back. I mean, some of it I understand. Like, people really passionately care about the show, and it means a lot to them, and they are scared about changes or don't like changes or whatever it is. And I get that. I totally get that. I really only try to restrict my heavy trolling to things that I think are ridiculous. Yeah. So I got all these comments about how Twilight's going to outlive her friends, which I thought was the most ridiculous. Like, why are we thinking about death in terms of My Little Pony? Yeah. I just couldn't understand that, and I didn't hear anybody complaining about Celestia going to Twilight's funeral for the first 3 seasons of the show. Yeah. So to me, that was just like such a ridiculous thing to be worried about. Yeah, death on this little girl's show, this little kid's show. Yeah. So I don't mind trolling in that kind of capacity, you know what I mean? I don't want to just like take shots at the fans, because I love the fans. I really do. I love the show, and I love everything about this whole experience. It's just been incredible. It's only when it gets ludicrous that I don't mind taking shots. You know what I mean? And I've taken plenty of shots myself, so I'll take a few back.
Oh yeah, that's fine. It's hilarious to see you take a shot, actually.
Yes.
That's like, and I was the same way. It's like, okay, when the whole Twilight's gonna outlive her friends thing comes up, it says, wait, how long do you think the series is gonna go on?
Yeah, yeah. And people are sending me pictures.
I don't think, I love this show, but I don't think it's going to be a Simpsons.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be 25 seasons.
Simpsons has been on 25 seasons. Has there been like the funeral of Homer Simpson?
No.
Like I just don't understand why that was the first thing that comes to people's minds, like dead ponies.
Well,
you know.
Well, I could see it where Celestia and Luna are 1,000 years old. Now Twilight's an alicorn. They're an alicorn. She's going to be 1,000 years old. They're not alicorns. They're going to die.
Yes,
but I can see 3 and 5 becoming 8. But yeah,
like I was saying, nobody was complaining about that about Celestia attending Twilight's funeral back in season 1. You know what I mean? It was a brand new thing, and it was really weird to me, and I didn't get it. So took shots.
Yeah. So let's go on.
But it's all in good fun. It's all lighthearted. I love the fandom. I really do.
Yeah. Let's go on to what we're really here for. Penny Royal Academy.
Oh yes.
Soon to come out from Penguin Press. And I'm sure you're fairly excited about it. Maybe even a little nervous.
I'm not yet. I think I will be. It comes out in just over a month, so probably the week before. But it's just been so long that it's hard to get excited yet.
Oh, okay. So,
and I also haven't seen the book yet.
Okay, you've only seen the pre-press copies.
That's right.
Mistakes in it.
Yes.
Yeah. The non-edited version.
That's right.
Yeah. So all the edits are done, right? It's at the publisher. It's at the printer.
Yep.
With the final cover and everything.
Yes, I wanted to do another pass, but she told me I had to stop. Too much. It was too much rewrite.
God!
No, you're cut off.
Well, that's like anybody who's an artist, I think.
Yeah. That was her point. Was like everybody wants to rewrite it to infinity.
Yeah.
But I gladly would have done 1 or 2 more passes.
Yeah. That's when I was drawing things. I would draw something, especially when I was doing a dot stipple piece. It's like, 1 more dot will make it perfect. 1 more dot will make it perfect.
Yes.
1 more dot will make it, yeah.
That's
done.
Right.
Move on to the next project. In fact, the follow-up you should be writing right about now. Huh?
Yes, I'm working on the follow-up now. It's tentatively scheduled to come out next fall.
Tentatively.
Yes, it's still up in the air because I'm still working on it. But it's fun because I definitely, the process of doing the first one was an 8-year process. I pitched it to Cartoon Network, not Cartoon Network, but a Cartoon Network,
right.
eight years ago as an animated series.
Right.
And we developed it for a while, and it was a much different story. It was a parody of princess culture and pinkness and all that kind of stuff. And that died, and I got all the rights back. And then over the course of the next few book on spec, which means no guarantee anything was ever going to happen with it. And then I, got it set up as a movie, sold the book. I got Reese Witherspoon on as producer, and she's going to be in it. And then it changed drastically after that. It got much older, and all the parody elements of it kind of fell away, which I was really happy about. It moved away from being a younger cartoon and more to an older middle grade novel.
Oh, nice.
So going through that process, I won't have to do on the second one. And I'm pretty excited about that. And I feel like I learned a lot doing the first one. And I can see, when I read it now, I can see a lot of my screenwriting tendencies in the book. And I'm hoping that seeing that is going to help me fix that in the second one.
Cool. Do we have a title yet?
No.
Scoop. No title.
I have no idea what the title's
Not
going
even
to
a
be.
working title.
No working title. No.
It's just a stack of paper with no.
Yeah. Well, it's not even a stack of paper.
It's a bunch of bits in a computer. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. And not very many.
So yeah, you were saying it's a movie adaptation. You have the movie rights have been sold, right? Reese
Yes.
Witherspoon, of all people, involved.
Yes.
When can we expect to see the movie?
That's going to be a long process because I've already written the script. The script is done. That's part of why I wasn't on season 4 of MLP.
Right.
Was rewriting the book and writing the adaptation script. And I finished that. I'm all done with that. And they're just sort of waiting for the book to come out and then kind of take it from there.
Right.
So I've put together a director's list of, my dream choices and it's sort of moving along in the background. But right now it's just all about the book coming out and hoping people will buy it.
All about this book right here in my hands, lovingly sent to me by one Mitch Larson, which arrived only an hour and a half ago at my house. So, you know what? I think I'm going to read a passage.
Oh, cool.
I think we'll read a passage from this book. Anybody want to read a passage? I think I'll read a passage. So, from Chapter 1 of Penny Royal Academy, written by M.A. Larson. His captor went to the cauldron to stir her bubbling broth, which hissed against the flames like a chorus of angry snakes. Now then, what have I done with my jars? Her voice was full of contradictions, soft and sweet, but with a knife edge of menace. It's been so long since I had a heart to put them in. She leaned her ladle against the stone gently, like a kindly grandmother might, then shuffled into the bedchamber.
I think you're doing the audiobook.
Am I doing the audiobook? Did I just get the audiobook? Yes!
You nailed
yes!
it. It's done.
I'll read a chapter for you so I can, hey, you know what? I'm in a narration now.
There you go.
I'll read a chapter of this, put it on spec.
Send it straight to Penguin.
No, I'll send it to you so you can send it to Reese Witherspoon, so we'll send it to Penguin so I'll get the job.
There you go. We know who's got the clout.
Oh, God. How about this? Without telling us too much that you can't tell us, can you use just a few words in your writing vocabulary to describe the coming of Season 5 to keep us hyped? What is it about? What's it like?
Well, let's see. Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a good word. I'm hoping.
Oh, that's not my word. That's not my word.
Okay.
No. Gosh, I don't know. The episodes that I worked on are really varied. There's a lot of variation in them, which I was kind of excited about.
Okay.
Each one was really different from the other one. But it was a weird situation because Megan was in process on some of the episodes when I came in.
Okay.
So it was sort of like a relay race where she handed off the baton while we were both already running, kind of thing. And same on the other side, when she kind of was ready to come back, I had some in process that she took over. So it was a weird transition where I was Megan for a while. So
But anyway, it's like, Twilight! Not again!
Uh-oh. Did you lose your lighting on your new set?
No. I'm saying Twilight did a transformation, and all of a sudden you
Oh,
were
sorry.
Megan, and Megan was you, and Twilight caused this. Screwed up another spell. I can see it.
But yeah, I don't
release,
really know what to say about the
with the
season
release
other than,
of said book.
Okay.
Was your publisher sending you on a book signing tour like most, authors?
It doesn't. I don't think so because I'm a first-time author and nobody knows who I am.
Oh.
So they sort of said that it doesn't really make sense to do for a first book, but for the second one they might. That being said, they might send me to 1 or 2 places, but there's no plan to do like a tour.
In and around LA when it's cheap, get your car, drive to Santa Barbara and sign some books.
I'm doing some things like in next month. I think about a month from now. There's a thing called Tweens Read in Houston, Texas.
Oh, okay.
That I'm going to with some other authors, and I'll probably be doing some things like that here and there, like kind of teenage or kid reading event type things. And then they also mentioned doing a blog tour, which I think just means some interviews on blogs, but we haven't really gotten into that yet.
Cool.
So we'll see.
I got the scoop then. I got you first.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. That's right.
Awesome. Back to ponies real quick.
Yes.
We know you can't read fan fiction. It's against the rules. But have you had time to peruse art, music in the fandom? If you have, any standouts?
We're supposed to, and here's the thing, I think there's a lot of confusion about this rule. We're supposed to avoid as much of that, of all types as we can, just because of the potential of it leaching in, and this is not a Hasbro policy. This is pretty standard industry wide. When I lived in New York, I worked for a director called Mike Nichols who made The Graduate and a lot of big movies, and he had the exact same policy. Like anything that comes in unopened, we have to return it. Can't even open it for legal reasons. And it's the same thing here. If we happen to use an element that's in somebody's fan fiction and they try to sue us, we can say, well, we didn't read it. You know what I mean? There's just, it eliminates a lot of gray area legally speaking. And that goes, I've seen some videos and things like that, not many, but they're really, really impressive. It's mind blowing how good they are. I saw some of the Janimation stuff when I was in Paris.
Oh yeah.
I saw some.
Jan should be working for the show.
They're amazing.
They should be flying him into Vancouver and putting him to work because he's really good.
He's good.
Yes. Okay.
And just I've seen a ton of art and stuff at conventions, just walking through the dealers halls and things like that. It's mind blowing how talented the fan base is for the show. It's intimidating. It's gonna. It's like, wait a minute, you guys don't really need us.
Well, that's sort of what I'm hoping when the show actually ends, is we'll just continue making the show without you.
I don't see why not.
I don't see why not. We'll have enough people. But anyway, the very last question before we go to break. I gotta put this graphic up. Last question. Discord and Celestia, new royal power couple, or heartbreak in the making? Your thoughts?
Season 5.
Season 5, he says. Oh.
I don't want to say because I really would love. I really would love to explore that kind of thing. Not necessarily like a relationship between them, but they clearly know each other and have known each other a long time, and they have history. Oh yeah. And I would love to explore that in some way.
Oh yeah. Lots.
So I'm not going to say.
Okay, not going to say. But Nicole Oliver wants it. Badly.
She does?
Yeah. She said on more than one occasion.
She just wants a scene where she gets to kiss Delancey.
I think so. I think you're right. And with that, we're going to commercial. So when we come back from commercial, we'll go over upcoming conventions. A lot of them have happened this month. We've got more coming, so we'll talk about those. And then we'll go through charity work, and then we'll get Heavyweight in the call and get your questions for this man. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Boom.
Thanks. Hello?
Hey, bud. What you doing?
Like our work here is done.
Watching ponies. Drinking a cider.
Yep. Those
What you doing?
ponies never partied so hard.
Watching ponies
Thanks
and
to me. Cheese.
having cider.
Cheese sandwich.
True.
True.
Yeah!
Yeah! Hey, yo, who's that?
Yo, pick up the phone!
Looks like our next party is gonna be in Ponyville.
Yeah! Yeah! Hey, where's Jack's Blade?
Hey, Jack's Blade! Pick up the phone! What? Hello?
Yeah!
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 Frickin' brownies.
Yo, B, what you doing?
Watching ponies and having cider.
True. True. I'm telling you, Hasbro, next Super Bowl, you need to buy the time and we'll make the commercial for you. Wasn't that cool? I mean, more people will come watch ponies if you let us make the commercial. Trust me. We'll do it again. And we're back with Mitch. But right now we're going to talk about upcoming convention season. So, a lot of ones just happened. We just had, geez, BronyCon happened. We got BronyCan just happened. And Galacon just happened. And Fuck just happened. Oh my God, all the big ones. But we still have plenty out there for you to do. Here to come. DerpyCon South, September 20th to 21st, New Orleans. Their guest, Ingrid Nilsson, VA of Maud Pie. Last minute pre-reg sale going on right now. Check their website for the details. Czechostria in August 29th through 30th in Prague. Their guests, Anili Heed and Elemonte. And then we have Brony Fanfare in Texas, September 5th through 7th in Austin. Their guests, Peter New and Natasha Levenger. They're having a huge cosplay contest, so if you like cosplay, head that one up. Sydney in Australia, September 27th through 28th. Their guests, Andrew Francis and Ashley Ball. If you're thinking of going to this event, please buy your tickets soon. They're in need of your support right now. So if you're going to go to Sydney, buy your tickets. Nightmare Nights, October 24th to 26th, Dallas, Texas. Guests Tabitha, Britt McKillop, Full Papers, and moi self are all going to be there. So check that one out. And then Ponyville Cider Fest, which is November 7th to 9th, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Plenty of cider going to be there. You know why? I'm going to be there. Peter New's going to be there. Andrew Lemon's going to be there. And Samuel Vincent will be there. So
And
check out.
Kreber, too.
And the Kreebers just announced that they're going to be there. And Black Griffin's going to be there. So that's going to be cool. And I think I've been challenged to a pie eating contest.
Whoa.
I think that's going to happen too. So with that is charity and plenty of places. That is all the conventions that I found so far. If you have a convention going on, let me know. I'll pump you. But yeah, plenty of stuff left to do this year. Tons and tons of stuff. So get out there and have some fun. Charity work. So we actually, Ian and Claire, we actually bumped that back 2 weeks because we were all at BronyCon. And so we bumped that up, which happened to help that one. We raised 635 bits for the British Columbia SPCA. So thank you very much for your help on that one. And we're going to give away some stuff. So 5, count them, where'd they go? 5 packs of these, which is the collectible card game Decantalot Knights is 5 of those. And then, let's see what else. 2 dog tags. These 2 dog tags. And a brushable Applejack. And then I'm also going to get some autographs from Ian and Claire, so that's all going to go to the winner of this one, which is in this hat right here. Pick a name. Picking a name. Okay. This is Steve Strezza. Stevie, hey buddy. About time you won one of these. Strezza, you're going to get that stuff. I know you're local, so we'll get this stuff to you. Steve Strezza wins that one. Yay!
Strezza.
He's been a huge supporter of everything we've done. Thank you very much, Steve. And then Heather, Heather Nufur, the Gentle Barn Foundation. We raised 610 bits for them, which means we broke 500 again. Thank you very much. We got a record going right now. $500 bucks. We crack it every time.
Wow.
So again, 5 more packs of Candlelight Nights from Bot 117. One, where'd it go? There's somewhere. Anyway, Lunatoy. Oh, here, there. I got him. Over here. So, 1 McDonald's Lunatoy. 5 packs of the card game, and this bunch of wall stickers that Caradwin found when we were looking for paint for the house. So this was kind of cool. This was at Home Depot. So that's in there also. And 4 signed comics from Heather. So once those get here, I will be forwarding them on to you. That is this hat full of names over here. So, pick one. We're going to go deep for this one. The last name at the bottom of the hat, right here. Who's this? Wayfair. You win that one. So Wayfair gets all that stuff. I get all these names out of my hat. So I can put it on. Whoop. Daring Do hat. Oh, by the way, Mitch.
Yes.
Daring Do, Season 5. Can't tell me, can you?
I can't comment on these
Dang
kind of
it.
things. Are you asking about Daring Do and Discord getting together?
No, I'm talking about
can't-
Daring Do being in a season coming up.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were still on the
No.
relationships.
No.
thing.
No shipping.
No shipping.
No shipping. So, no. Screwball would not have any shipping around here.
Well, he's not here.
But he's not here, is he?
So let's do it.
No. So let's do it. Okay. So who would we ship Daring Do with?
Well, Discord. No?
No.
He's
not
already
Discord.
with us. Yeah. Okay.
Ali Zoto?
Oh, there you go. Little
No.
tension.
Detention. Maybe. No. Okay. But so for Mitch's charity is going to be the A21 campaign. In the A21 campaign, I got a little thick blue here I'm going to read, so everybody
Cool.
be quiet. Human trafficking. It's something that seems almost medieval, doesn't it? But it's alive and widespread. People forced to work in horrible conditions in sweatshops, farms, and mines, and facing beatings or death if they don't cooperate. Children forced to sell their bodies. Human trafficking is the genteel word for slavery. Yes, it still exists, even in Western nations. And yes, millions of people around the world are subject to these horrors. In fact, there are more people living in slavery and chattel now than at any point in history. This is no joke, and it has to stop. The A21 campaign is a global organization seeking to end this practice by providing safe houses to escape to, by educating police and politicians about what is going on, by seeking and enabling prosecution of those responsible for slave trafficking and profiting from it. The A21 campaign combats one of the true great evils in the world, doesn't it? So, tell me a bit, Mitch, about how you came about this charity.
Well, that pretty much sums it up. It's one of the true evils. I just think, not to bring this whole thing to a really depressing, awful place, but what happens to these kids is so disturbing, and it's just one of the worst. I just think of like the helplessness of, because they say on the A21 campaign that the average age of one of these sex slaves is 12. And just the helplessness that these kids feel when this happens and they're taken away from their families and their homes and they have no hope whatsoever. It's just, it just makes me crazy. I think it's one of the worst things humanity has come up with. And what I like about the A21 campaign, there's a ton of charities that are working on human trafficking, which is great. What I really like about this one is they have a focus financially, if you contribute, to prosecution. They really go after the bad guys, which I like a lot. A lot of times it's about rescuing the girls or the boys, whoever, rescuing the slaves, which is great and has to happen and needs to happen. But I think without the prosecution part, how's it ever going to end, And they really do that. So it's sort of they do everything from start to finish in trying to rescue these kids from being trafficked. Yeah. So
awesome.
That's basically it. It's just one of the most disturbing things that I've ever heard of, and I want it to stop. And this is a small way to try to help that happen.
But we will help. So for this
Good.
one, we're going to do giveaways of 2 more dog tags, plus because we're on writers, a copy of Daring Do and the Daring Do Double Dare, Rainbow Dash and Daring Do Double Dare by GM Barrow.
Awesome.
So I got a copy of that for you. And
I might bet on
also
that.
what we're going to do is this bag, which was sent to me by some fans, the entirety of the 2014 McDonald's Pony Toys in this bag, all of them. 2014. Wow. So that whole set is in here. So that's for giving us anything. Now, if we break 500 bits, I think I'll throw in a couple of brushables. How's that? We can break 500. So you get all that plus a couple of brushables. But we're going to double this up. So if we break 1,000, because this one's important. If we break 1,000, you'll get this copy. Pre-release. Advanced Uncorrected Galley Not For Sale. Right here. And because Mitch went on vacation, he forgot to sign it before sending it to me. So
but
what I'm going to do is I'll be sending this back to him so he can sign it and then ship it to you directly from him. So
yes.
So
and
I'm going to read a bit of this and then send it back to him.
There are only 4 of those out because the Penguin gave me a handful to put into some of the charity auctions for some of the conventions.
Yes.
So this is only the 5th one in existence, and this is the last one they're going to give me to give out.
You know, he had to jump through hoops for me to get this.
Yes.
So So this is the last advanced uncorrected. That's it.
I had to go to the UPS store, people.
Yes. Himself. And send it to
myself.
What more can he say?
That's how committed I was.
Committed to this charity.
That's
right.
This
book. Unsigned. But anyway.
I was too committed.
Too committed.
Too committed.
Too committed. Yes. So anyway, at this point, we're going to bring in our good friend and substitute co-host, Heavyweight.
Hello.
Hello, buddy.
How you doing, Dusty?
How are you doing, buddy?
I'm great.
Awesome. Thanks for helping us out today.
No problem.
Yes, I'm sure there's plenty of questions out there for this wonderful gentleman.
There is, and I've been doing my best to stand in for Screwball, but his job's a lot harder than I thought. So I'll do my best.
I bet it is.
Move all the shipping questions to the top.
Yes, to the top.
Ay.
All the shipping.
All right. First question from a hot shot from Mr. Larson. You said you watched Transformers. What was your all-time favorite?
Actual Transformer?
I'm guessing, yes.
Well, my brother was the Decepticons, so I was the Autobots.
Uh-huh.
So that immediately cuts my my pool in half.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a hard time remembering because this is 30 years ago, but I always had a soft spot for jazz for some reason.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did.
Yeah?
Yeah, a lot of people I saw. He was always the one who was shoved off to the side. He didn't have the popularity of Bumblebee.
Exactly.
Right. He didn't have the leadership of Optimus Prime.
Right.
He was sort of off in the side. He was sort of like comedy relief.
He wasn't as fancy as the Dinobots.
No.
But he was one of the originals, and I liked his voice. He had a good voice too.
Mm-hmm.
So I like jazz. Optimus Prime obviously is the best. There's no way around that. But after him, probably jazz.
Cool. Next.
All right. This next question is from Spike Firemain. He has a question for Mr. Larson. He wants to know what are some good resources to help someone writing their own book? Let's say an autobiography.
Well, I haven't really figured that out yet. I'm having such a hard time with the second book because so the difference between screenwriting and writing a book is that with screenwriting, there are built-in fences. You've got, in a My Little Pony episode, you've got 30 pages to tell the story. In a book, it doesn't matter. It could be 30, it could be 5,000. There's no fence. And in a My Little Pony episode, it's basically 10 pages per act. There's no correlation in a book. It's just a big, wide open blank space. So it's really difficult to form a story out of absolutely nothing. But the best thing I think you can do is just read a lot of books and read a lot of good books and read them in a little bit of a different way. Like read them and look at their bones and how they work and why they work. And I think that will really help with figuring out structure. Because if you don't have a structure, you don't have a book. So I don't know. I know that's a lame answer, but I don't really read a lot of the blogs and the how-to books because I think I think a lot of times they give you formulas that don't necessarily translate to whatever it is you're doing. But studying other books and how they work and why they work and what the structure is beneath the story is really helpful. So just find a writer who is, who does it well and study their stuff. Don't just read it, like study it. I know that's probably totally unhelpful, but that's my best answer. Don't just read it, like study it.
Yeah.
I know that.
Hey, you know what? I have a special guest.
Really?
Yeah.
Study. Who might that be?
Hey, you know what?
Tell her to turn off her speakers.
Yeah. Turn down the speakers there. Special guest.
Special guest.
How do I do that and hear you?
Hi, Megan.
Hi.
Hi, Megan.
How do I do that and hear you? Oh, wait,
ruining
now.
everything.
Okay, hold on.
Hi, Megan.
Hi.
Hi, Megan.
Megan, you've just ruined everything.
No,
You've ruined season 5.
Ruined season 5. There you go.
All right, now am I not feedbacking and doing weird things?
You're not feedbacking.
Okay, I had the thing open, and I just called because I was listening to the show, and I heard Mitch say something about being me, and I just wanted to clarify that M.A. Larson could never be me. So I just want to put that out there real quick.
I don't know. I was you for a few months there. You may not have realized it, but it's true.
Oh, I think there's like a standing rivalry here that we just stumbled upon.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, we stumbled upon. How you doing, Meg?
I'm good.
Awesome.
I'm
Great to hear
enjoying
from you
listening
again.
to the show here.
Yeah, it's great to hear from you. And I know that you're all really, really busy, but
Yes.
I felt that tick in the back of my head going, Dusty, I need to talk to Mitch.
Why aren't you watching the Emmys?
Well, I was following them online, so I know who won the first couple categories.
There you go. Yeah. A lot
Sure,
of
I'm
people
sure
said, we're
it's-
going to watch the Emmys. We aren't going to watch Dusty's show. It's like, I see where I rate.
Well, I'm sure the Emmys are fascinating, as they always are.
Yeah. That's fascinating. It's like the only thing fascinating about the Emmys is the host.
Seth Meyers?
Yeah. Well, no. Whenever the host does something funny.
Oh, gotcha.
You know?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So like Ricky Gervais.
Yeah. When all those guys do really great, hosting of the shows. That's the when I catch it. It's like when there's
Right.
a really great host. I could barely care about the awards themselves, unlike you guys, which I'm sure. But it's like, okay.
Have you ever won, Megan? Have you ever won an Emmy?
I have not won one. I've been nominated.
You've been nominated? Really?
Yeah, for Pony for
No kidding.
lyrics for the Pony Every Pony Should Know.
Awesome.
Look at that.
Look at
Who did
that.
you wear?
Fancy pants, but you don't.
I should have
But
known
it's
that.
the daytime Emmys aren't quite as glamorous.
Not quite.
No, they're
Still.
not.
You don't get like a $50,000 watch in your goodie bag.
No.
Who did you wear?
The way that what did I wear? Oh, you know what was funny? Someone else that was there was wearing the same dress as me,
Oh, really?
and I saw her and I was like, we're gonna have to stand on opposite sides
Yes.
of the room.
Opposite sides of the room. Yeah.
And
One
then
of
I
those
also,
PBS.
and then I think I also spilled a drink on my dress. So keeping it classy, McCarthy.
Classy. Classy.
But I
Sounds
think it was after we lost. So I think I had
There
the
you go.
excuse of
So you had no worry about.
Don't worry about it.
didn't know I wasn't gonna have to
giving the
get up and
speech.
everybody. Yeah.
Well, who beat you? Who beat that song? Come on.
I know. It was I want to say
Let me
it
guess.
was like Ziggy
Let me guess,
Marley or
Nickelodeon.
something.
Ziggy Marley.
Oh, there you go.
It was like I think it was a Sesame Street or
Oh, yeah.
no, maybe not Sesame Street. Some other PBS show song.
It's always the PBS shows.
But yeah,
Those
our
bastards.
show itself has never gotten a nomination,
I know, which is crazy.
which is crazy.
I nominated myself once and didn't get it. I nominated.
I told MK
Sonic.
Toon I went down to LA to watch Brony's a Musical, and they're having a Kickstarter, by the way, people. Brony's a Musical is having a Kickstarter to do a soundtrack album and to get a wider audience. So if you want to see that musical, go to their Kickstarter and give them a couple bucks. But anyway,
I saw that. I went to that with Amy, and it was a very funny show.
very good show.
Yeah.
I went down there, and who was there but MK Toon, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
'cause
I'm
I-
down there.
his friends
Didn't
are-
even set it up. He happens to be there, right? And I told him straight. He asked me straight up, right? What should we cover? What have we not done, right? What should we do? I was like, I can't say this thing because you guys are on the air. But what I told him, I said, if you do that storyline, Emmy. If you do it right,
Emmy.
right? Emmy, award winning. If you do that right, 2 double episode, beautiful storyline. Do it. And he said, well, I'm going to Burning Man. Maybe I'll write it out there.
he is at
He's,
Burning
yeah,
Man.
he's at Burning Man right now.
I think Pony would have to move to either Nickelodeon or PBS to be nominated for an Emmy.
I'm telling you.
Yep.
Those are the only 2 networks that ever win
That
Emmys.
ever win, yeah.
I mean, the Hub is too young to actually be nominated for an Emmy for anything. I mean, damn Hollywood politics and all that. But anyway. Megan, you want to hang around for a couple of questions, or do you want to take off?
I can hang around for a couple of questions, sure.
Awesome. So
I don't know
why
if I
you
can
hang
answer.
around, seeing as we just lost Mitch again.
Oh, Mitch.
Yes. He's in Hawaii, you know. He's at a Disney resort which has cruddy Wi-Fi. So there it goes. Just lost him again. So hey, Heavyweight, I'm sure people have been yanking questions to Megan while we've been sitting here.
Actually, no.
Really? Okay, so
You
everybody in the
people are
chat.
terrible.
Everybody in the chat, we have to wait for Mitch.
Oh, wait, Mitch just said to,
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there he
I'm
is.
back.
call
There he
him
is.
back.
Okay, welcome back, Mitch. So, okay,
I'm
ask
back, sorry.
some questions. So let's get a couple of questions for Megan and Mitch while we ask Mitch a couple of questions. So,
All right. Well, I got one lined up here for Mitch. And just by the way, guys, I am terrible with names. So if I mispronounce your name, don't bite my head off. Not you, Mitch, and not you, Amy. I'm talking to everybody else. Okay.
Amy.
Question for Mitch.
He is terrible with names.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
told you. All right. Question for Mitch. Was Alicorn Twilight your idea, or did it come from Hasbro?
It was Megan's idea. It was 100% Megan's idea.
Bus thrown under.
I have no idea whose idea it was. You know, the way the show works is you get together at the beginning of a season, you brainstorm ideas, story editor kind of puts together the general idea of the shape of the season. Then you get an email saying, here's your episode, come on in.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my episode.
There you go.
You know, I got called in to do that episode. So I have absolutely no idea. There you go.
Megan is
Am I out
amazingly
again?
silent.
Am I still on? Okay.
What's that?
I said you're amazingly silent.
She's
It
planning
was
his
it was not
demise.
it was not Mitch's idea.
It was not Mitch's idea.
No.
Mitch just wrote the idea. It was not his
Yes,
idea.
he just
Yeah, but
wrote, he just typed it onto a page.
That's right.
He took
But
the idea and made it as palatable as possible.
Yes.
How's that?
Here's
That's
the thing.
good.
It goes both ways. Because, like, for instance, Lunar Eclipse wasn't my idea either. Like, that was the episode I was assigned, and I came in, and then you just make the episode. You know what I mean? It's not like... I know people like to harp on that one. I know a lot of people love the episode,
I like
but a lot of people are vocal about not particularly liking it.
Yeah, but they don't know what they're talking about.
They don't know what they're talking about. It's Luna.
Wait till they see the follow-up where all the funerals take place. Then they'll get it.
Hey, I'm waiting for that episode. I don't know about anybody else.
Then
That
it'll all
is-
make
so
sense.
that is totally Mitch's.
Larson!
Yeah, that was my idea.
Yeah, there you go. Next.
All right. Question for both Mitch and Megan.
Amy?
Oh, shut up. For both Mitch and Megan. Do you two have any pets? This is from Zeonite.
I do have a pet. I have a new pet.
Yes.
You do?
I do. I just got a dog.
Nice.
No way. What kind of dog did you get?
She's some kind of golden retriever mixed with something that is much smaller than a golden retriever. And she is a tripod.
Oh, okay.
wow.
She only has 3 legs.
Aw,
But she is amazing. She's like super speedy.
nice.
She can make those sharp turns to her right because she doesn't have that extra leg to get in the way.
That's awesome.
That's very nice. That's sweet. I have 2 dogs. They're kind of fake dogs. They're small dogs.
Mhm.
They're mutts, but they're like Chihuahua Jack Russell mixes They're probably 1,000 different breeds, but they look like Jack Russells. And they're called Charlie and Maggie.
Ah, cool.
And they're awesome. I love them.
Next.
All right. Question from Statman Dan. Megan, what were you doing while MA was the story editor?
I was just working on some other stuff that just took me away. For a
Other
little.
stuff. In
She
other
was
words,
trying to-
NDA.
Yeah.
She was trying to think of how to give Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie and the others wings. Like
I
the best
was.
possible, the best way.
Best way.
Yes. Either that or she was writing lyrics for songs for Rainbow Rocks. One or the other.
She was doing secret projects.
Maybe.
Secret projects. MTV called. They had to have a new, like super awesome song. So she just wrote lyrics for like Madonna.
Yeah, that's just my side gig.
Madonna song. Megan McCarthy. Yep.
Megan had to go
It's
deep
awesome.
cover in Russia. She's a spy.
Yes. Have you
Shit.
seen Homeland?
Based on
I actually haven't seen Homeland.
because you were too busy being a double agent.
Yes.
Double agent, yeah.
Next.
This is a question that comes from none other than Saberspark.
Saber Spark, my boy.
For both Megan
Do it.
and Mitch, I'll just put it for everybody.
Yes.
What was your guys' favorite moment from Game of Thrones?
Oh.
Well,
Damn.
I would have one if I've seen it, which I haven't.
Dusty.
Blasphemer!
I
All right,
don't
let's
know what
stop
my
the-
favorite
stop the
moment
show.
was.
I'm sorry, but I haven't seen
This
it
has
yet.
got work
And I
to
know
do.
I should see it, but it's on a channel we don't get.
Aha.
Okay.
I don't want to really give spoilers to people who haven't seen it because I think people should watch
No,
it.
go ahead, because I've seen all these kind of shows. I've seen all of them.
Um,
Right? So they can't be doing anything new I haven't seen yet.
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
Megan, have
what's
you
that?
read them? Have
I
you
have
read
not
them?
read them. I have not read them.
So what were you going to say?
I mean, I thought the whole Viper Mountain thing was pretty insane.
That was legit.
Just because I mean, anytime you have that sort of visceral response to something on television, I think that says a lot.
Mhm.
And from what I understand from the books, that character was actually not that important in a sense. Like the actor, I guess, really made you really like that guy, and so when what happens, you haven't even. I feel like you have an even more emotional response to it than just the "Oh my God, that's on television."
Yes. And we just got word that GM Barrow is watching the show right now.
I thought she was watching the Emmys.
No, she says she's watching this show right now.
Okay, good.
So
Hi, GM.
yes, she's actually in Europe because she was at BuckCon.
Oh yeah, she went to Buck.
She went to BuckCon, so she's watching right now. How you doing, GM? Love to see
So
you. We're giving away your stuff.
She's a full 11 hours ahead of me.
Full
right
11
now.
hours ahead, and she's watching right now. What's your excuse? No, there is none. No excuse, baby. So I think we actually lost our moderator, so I need to call him back. He's
Well,
only
I'll
upstairs
say
in the
that
house. It's like,
my
oh,
my
did we
my
lose him?
my Game of Thrones moment was the obvious one, the big one from season 3.
Yeah.
Which somehow all of humanity did an amazing job of not spoiling for me, and I had no idea. It was
Yeah, I
coming.
didn't either.
And it's one of the only times I've ever. As soon as it ended, I went to say to my wife that was one of the best hours of television I've ever seen, because I was just sitting there with my jaw hanging open, which never happens,
Really?
and just like, oh my god, wait, no, okay, no, whoa, oh my god, and then it just kept getting more and more real, and to the point where I was absolutely blown away when it ended.
What about?
I was just so impressed by George R.R. Martin's commitment to changing his entire narrative.
Hmm.
He's got this big, slow-moving, epic narrative going one direction, and all of a sudden he goes a completely different way, and I was so impressed by that.
Makes me want to
Kinda
go
like
back and watch
give-
Shogun.
Makes me want to watch that period.
I want to watch Shogun again.
It reminded me of when Twilight got wings.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. Carradwin asks, question for Mr. Megan. In the writers' meetings, who is dreaded the most? Who comes up with the hardest to write story ideas?
Megan, definitely.
Me?
Megan likes epic things
Uh-huh.
that scare the hell out of me. I'm much more from a sitcom background, and I'm just like, oh my god, I don't know what that mythology is. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that does.
That's what Google's for. Look it up.
Right.
Yeah, that's probably true, just because I come up with the bigger, overarching craziness.
I think we got heavyweight back. Did we? No. Uh-oh.
And Dave Polsky
Hello.
too.
There he is.
Here I
Dave
am.
Polsky's story ideas are very intimidating
Ah.
because he has such a clear idea and it's kind of complex.
Mm-hmm.
But he really knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? But it intimidates me again. I just get intimidated very easily. I'm intimidated that GM Barrow's listening right now.
I am too, actually. She's listening to me. I love GM. She's awesome. She's a cutie. Love her. More questions there, Heavy.
All right. Question for both Mr. Larson and Megan. What is your favorite joke you've written into the show? From James Justice.
I like that question.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
I drop out again?
Nope, you're here.
No, you're here. I don't know. I have a good joke in the new Equestria Girls movie. I know that doesn't count, but I just saw it recently and I was like, hey, that's pretty funny. But from the show proper, it's hard
Come on, Megan.
remember all the episodes.
Coming
gotta
up on
have
episode
from,
100.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to.
Never in.
Yes.
You
I
gotta
don't
have
know.
one
What's yours, Mitch?
You gotta have one from like Party of One. Or
Yeah, I
Sweet
mean, I think that whole scene was like
Candlelight Wedding.
I was very excited about when I wrote that. I was enjoying myself while I was writing it.
You mean with the inanimate objects?
Yes,
That's a great scene.
I had
I
a very
love that scene.
It's like I didn't know how if it would make any sense or if anyone would like it or if they'd even let me do it. But
Would translate the film.
I was having a good time while I was writing it, which is always good.
And then what I love about the show is so they took that and they animated it beautifully.
Oh yeah.
And then Andrea just knocked it out of the park with the voice,
Mm-hmm.
and it just all comes together.
Apple soda. Sweet. Next.
I like a lot. It's not necessarily a specific joke, but I like a lot of the Rarity dialogue that I've written, like, specifically in Ponyville Confidential. I love the scene where she confronts Sweetie Belle about reading her diary because she's so hypocritical.
Oh yeah.
And I just get to use that like over the top righteous dialogue, and then just Tabitha goes crazy, and when she's like, "The gilded pages of your betrayal." I think that's one of my favorite lines.
I'll destroy her.
Yeah, exactly.
I like the Shakespeare reference. Et tu, Gabby comes. That was
Yes,
to me.
I know. I love that. I love that.
And no kid's gonna get that.
She's the kind of character who would talk like that.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
love-
But no kid's gonna get it to Gabby Gums. I mean, come on.
Right.
Unless
And
you're taking-
she completely ignores her own hypocrisy in that scene.
Oh yeah.
It's so fun.
Makes it funny. Next.
This question is from Flare Cobra to Megan and Mitch. Have there been any episodes of the past 4 seasons that you would have loved to write?
That you didn't.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's really interesting. I've never thought of that.
Yeah, I haven't really thought of that either.
For Mitch,
I mean,
it could
as,
be anyone.
as story editor, you must get a lot of premises where you're like, oh, I wish I could have done that one.
Yeah, there's been a couple that I thought would. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I like seeing what other people do too. Because people make different. I mean, that's kind of the fun is people make choices than you would have really made. Jumping off from the same premise.
Yep.
I mean, it still has to be cohesive, and it still comes through me. But there's definitely scenes that people have come up with that I'm like, that's not how I would have done that scene, but I love how they did it. So I kind of like to see what other people do.
Cool.
I think I would have liked it taken a swing at. I actually loved the episode, and I think it turned out really, really well. But I would have liked to have gotten the premise for Apple Family Reunion. I think it would have been fun. I love what Cindy did with it. I think it's a great episode, but the premise is so fun that I think that would have been fun.
Trying.
Yeah, and there's just the whole the backdrop of that giant family and all those personalities.
And Hayseed Turnip Truck is an apple Because
Yes.
he's in that scene.
That's right.
He is.
He is. AC
Hayseed turnip truck.
isn't it? Hey, Rudy. Hey,
He
Rudy.
he needs a spinoff.
He does. I can see it now, actually. We could have, we could have the apples of hazard and have AC turnip truck. Cooter. I can see it. You still there, Heavy?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, dude.
Well,
we're both
well,
in the
you
same
know what?
house on the
We're
same
pumping
internet.
we're pumping a lot of bits through this pipe we got between you being in the house, me being in the house, plus doing all that. We're doing the best we can. So just keep it going.
Just bear with us, folks.
Bear with us, folks. Next.
Okay, this one isn't so much a question. It's just somebody wants to point this out. Megan, apparently you have the same name as the girl from G1. They just wanted me to tell you that.
Yes.
I do different spelling though.
Different spelling, but yes, Megan, the girl from the G1 show. Yes.
And I also have the same name as this girl that does Vines, who's really, really popular. She has a really high-pitched voice, and people always confuse me with her and like send me tweets that are like, "I love your high-pitched voice and your funny vines."
Oh, and I want to get out there while we're talking. Screwball's not here, people, so we're not doing a you know what Screwy this show. I know that's 2 in a row, but he's at Vancouver,
what's heavy?
so we're not doing it while he's not here. So we're gonna get back to you know what Screwy next show, right?
You know it's heavy.
You know it's heavy. Yeah, I know what's heavy. You know what's heavy? The weights at the gym we're gonna be going to when we're done with the show. That's what's gonna be heavy.
Chest deep.
Yep, just day. So next.
All right, this isn't just a question. This is from Shadowheart, and I kind of back him up on this. Mitch, you need to redo your ice bucket challenge since you used a cup and not a bucket.
Yeah, cheater.
Hold on a second now. That thing had a handle.
No. Cheat.
Cups do not have that sort of bucket-esque handle.
That's what you are.
I guarantee you that if you go to some sort of knick-knack shop up here, you'll find one that is labeled cups that looks exactly like that.
Absolutely.
With the bucket handle?
Yes.
I don't think
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Well,
I bet you
there
could
are
find one in
German beer
Hawaii.
steins that have bucket handles.
I think we'll have to agree to disagree on this. And by the way, Megan hasn't even done one, so
Yeah, but she's Megan.
I
She
don't know.
doesn't have to.
I don't know why you're going
But
after
I
me.
also, you don't have to do them if you donate more to the charity.
Yeah.
See, I obeyed the rules.
Yes.
Yeah, she actually donated.
That's like Patrick Stewart, who pulled out a checkbook, was writing a check, ripped it off, set it aside, pulled out an ice bucket, put 1 cube in it, and poured bourbon in it and drank it.
That is
Big
genius.
check. Done.
Nice.
I love it.
Yep. By the
Well,
way,
good.
by the way, Megan,
Yes.
who's the voice of Stars Brother
Oh, I don't know.
Bearded? Oh. I tried, people. I'm sorry. Okay. That was my shot. I tried. Next.
This one is from Draco for Mitch and Megan. If you could write a video game story, what company would you sell it to and why?
Oh
You're-
man,
You're asking the wrong
you're
guy.
asking the wrong person.
I don't know anything about video games.
I don't really either.
I stopped
Well, your
after,
parents, so you wouldn't be expected to.
I stopped after 64, Nintendo 64.
That
Too many
far ago?
Yes. I kind of made a conscious decision after that, after I wasted giant chunks of my life on Mario Kart and GoldenEye, that I had to stop and never look at video games again. And I made a clean break, and I haven't really been tempted since.
You know, the last time I spent major time playing console games, I think was Sega Genesis.
Wow, that's
Huge,
that's
long time.
that's beyond me even.
Yeah, that's beyond you. But I do have an Xbox 360, and I do have a PlayStation 2, but only mildly playing it. I wouldn't spend whole days playing it. But back when I had Sega Genesis, it was like I lost weekends. So
Yeah. And Megan plays like real physical games like soccer, where she actually goes outside and like.
I do. I have
Plays.
actually I have to get ready soon. I have a game tonight.
Oh, gotta
She
get
goes,
tonight.
Tears it up on the rugby field, too, probably.
You play rugby, Megan?
I do not play rugby.
I'm shocked.
Man sport.
I really thought.
Just some soccer. 2 weeks ago, I got knocked out.
Knocked out.
Seriously?
Yeah, I got somebody kicked the ball right towards my face,
Oof.
and
Wow.
I was on the ground the next
Not
thing. I
good.
knew.
No kidding.
Black
Yeah,
eye.
it gets a little intense. Like after my games, I'll be like, "Why is my whole side bruised?" Oh, that's right, I got thrown into a wall.
Uh-huh.
Because it's indoor soccer.
Oh, it's indoor soccer too. Oh, that's
Yeah,
even
so
more
there's
dangerous.
there's no out of bounds, and
Wow.
people just and everyone who I play against is much taller than me.
That's like arena football.
Yeah.
Like, take him into the boards. Next.
This question is for Megan from MarbyZ. Megan, after you wrote the season 4 finale, did you expect the bronies to be blown away by it?
I felt good about it. I mean, I can never tell what people are gonna think. What people are gonna think. But I felt really good about it and felt like it really wrapped up all these storylines. So this kind of bigger overarching thing, and so I'm glad that a lot of people were blown away by it.
Yeah. I love it.
It was awesome.
Thanks.
It was universally beloved.
I'm sure that we could find some people probably on my Twitter feed.
Oh, of course. I mean,
But you know what? Haters gonna hate. Pony's gonna
but
phone.
haters gonna hate.
well, not only that, there's
all-
so many people that just want to see their headcanon put into the show, and it's like, no.
Right.
No. The show
Plus-
is what it is. Your headcanon is fine until the show says that ain't true. So then move on. You had your fun. Now change your idea.
Create new headcanon.
Create new headcanon.
Yeah.
Take off your black veil from
Yes.
Applejack's funeral.
Yes.
And
Take
create
off Black Veil. What?
Wait,
create new
her,
headcanon.
What?
hers or her parents' funeral?
Yeah, exactly. Her parents who died in a big stab fight with Scootaloo's parents. They all murdered each other.
Larson!
We said no spoilers, Mitch.
Oh, sorry.
Spoilers. No spoilers.
That's true. I forget I said that.
Yes.
Until episode 8 of season 5, forget I said that.
Or is that episode 9 of season 6?
Oh no, that's a whole different one.
That's a whole
I think it's going to
different-
be in the movie. All right. Next question is from Wayfair for Mr. Larson. How much, if any, flack did you get during the great fan explosion of the season 3 finale?
A lot. It was such a weird, dumb situation because I would love to see an alternate universe where everybody didn't know the biggest surprise ever a month before the episode came out.
Yeah.
And then there weren't like constant new clips and teasers and leaks and stuff all the way up leading up to it. I would love to see what the reaction. It may have been exactly the same, but I would love to have seen the reaction of people that had just seen the episode without all that other prior knowledge the month before.
It was Hasbro's
And
own fault.
Absolutely.
They Twittered a
And
picture of it.
everybody was like in a big frenzy before the episode even came on, so it was hard to. I don't. And it also died off. It lasted for a while, and I still get those tweets every now and then. But it's really died off a lot. And the point of taking shots back is really just, hey, let's lighten up. We're talking about ponies. Let's have fun.
Yeah, it's all in fun. I mean, look how much fun they've had with Princess Twilight since.
Exactly.
Teaching her how to fly, all this other stuff. Basically, it's a beautiful, story point to grow the character more. So basically, just shut up and watch ponies.
It wasn't like it's just like, oh, surprise, she's an alicorn now, and now she's God. It's like,
No, she's still got to figure out how to do everything.
Right. That was the thing that made me a little bit crazy. Was I don't mind criticisms at all. Like that's completely fine, and I understand if you're actually hurt by things that happen. I totally get that. I've been invested in shows in the past. I understand. But what made me nuts was the people who were so sure that things were going to go a certain way before they'd even seen the episode.
Oh.
Like that drove me insane.
Yeah.
Well, now she's elevated beyond her friends, and now this and this and this, and like they hadn't even seen the episode yet, or the following season.
Yeah.
how dare you, Mr. Larson?
Right.
Next.
This next question comes from Stormbuilder for both Megan and Mitch.
Uh-huh.
Is there any episode from the past that you wish you could go back and tweet, even just slightly?
Yes.
You sure?
Oh, absolutely.
There's Dusty. We were talking about this at the beginning of the show. I would change. I would go back into every single one of them probably and change something. I'll say this: the beginning of Return of Harmony, where Celestia is talking about Discord, makes me cringe every time because it's just, here's a minute of exposition. Here you go. I would love to rewrite that. Yeah, I mean, there's stuff in every episode I'd redo if I could. And then I'd start rewriting Megan's episodes.
Wait. Joe, is that you? Joe Stevens? You know what? Joe Stevens is on cutting in. Joe Stevens is cutting with no. Really? Oh man, I gotta get this on the air. So we got breaking news from the desk in Equestria. Joe Stevens right now.
Uh-oh.
Don't go nowhere.
Thank you, Dustykatt. This just in, Applejack's parents have been found, alive! While exploring the castle of the Two Sisters, an ancient building lost to the Everfree Forest over 1,000 years ago when Princess Celestia banished Princess Luna with the elements of harmony, Pinkie Pie discovered a trap door that revealed Applejack's mother and father. It turned out they'd been simply hiding in another room the whole time. This comes after a wave of other discoveries have been made at the Castle of the Two Sisters. As you all know, Twilight Sparkle discovered the elements of harmony there. A whole library of books was recently discovered, along with the diary of Princess Celestia and Luna and the Tree of Harmony. In addition to these discoveries, recent archaeological excavations have uncovered the Holy Grail, Jimmy Hoffa, burning ducks, and the contents of the Library of Alexandria. Archaeologists have even discovered the lost city of Atlantis, just behind one of the tapestries! Who knew? Daring Do herself was part of the excavations and shared her thoughts on discovering Applejack's parents among so many archaeological finds. I have no idea why I didn't go in here earlier. How did these tapestries survive 1,000 years? How did these books? How are these ducks still on fire? I'm so confused. Applejack herself journeyed to the Castle of the Two Sisters to be reunited with her parents. Sadly, the Ark of the Covenant was also discovered behind a trapdoor at the castle, and Applejack's parents were lost when they opened it. The entire contents of the Castle of the Two Sisters has been put in a box and turned over to the equestrian government, where it is being handled by top ponies. I'm Joe Stevens, and this has been a news brief from the Equestrian Inquirer. Back to you, Dustykatt.
And that is true. That is Joe Stevens, straight from the desk in Ponyville. Thank you for that breaking story, Joe. Can you believe it? Applejack's parents were alive and then taken away from us by the Ark of the Covenant. Can you believe it? Can't believe it. Applejack must be destroyed. Oh, amazing. But you know what? Joe is on the cutting edge. He brings us all the scoops from Equestria, so make sure you check back with us every show for Joe Stevens. And with that, we're going to have to say goodbye to Megan because you got to go soccer. You gotta go
I gotta go kick some grass.
Got to go kick some grass because she's awesome.
Bye,
like that.
Megan.
Bye, Meg.
Mitch.
See ya.
Nice talking to you, Dusty.
Nice talking to you again. Have fun. See you later.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
And Megan is gone.
Love her.
Boo hoo hoo. But she's awesome. Awesome, Megan. And we're back with Mitch.
Hey, everybody.
Yay.
I can do that accent too.
Yes. We can all do that. I can't do it actually. I'm from the South.
I don't think
I'm from
I can.
Michigan. I
Not even-
can't do Southern accent yet.
I'm born
I'm
and
from
raised in
Minneapolis,
California.
I couldn't be further from the Southern accent. I'm from Minnesota. I could do the Minnesota accent if you want for the rest of the show.
Minnesota.
Oh,
eh?
don't ya know?
Well, yeah, ask me some questions. I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
Why don't you go down to the market and get a pop first?
A pop?
A pop. Yes.
I'd love a cold pop right now.
Next.
All right, question from Saberspark for Mr. Larson. What is your favorite Nintendo 64 game?
Well, that is a Sophie's choice. That is that's asking me to choose between my children because Mario Kart and GoldenEye are two of the pinnacles of entertainment in throughout all of history. Picking between those two that's a brutal choice. Boy, oh boy. I guess I'd have to say Mario Kart 64. But that makes me sick even saying that because GoldenEye is just phenomenal. I don't know, man. That's a hard question.
Oh, and by the way, Carradin's asking you this question, Mitch. What is it with you and breaking guitars?
Which one?
Beardedwoman. He wants to know what's with you and busting guitars.
Fucking guitars.
Yeah, because at the party at BabsCon, you wanted to break his guitar in half.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, that's just I just love Pete Townsend, and actually, is he the one who does that?
Yes.
Who smashes guitars?
Well, Pete Townsend did it. I think Jimi Hendrix did it.
The list goes on.
I like
the list
that.
goes on and on. But there you go.
Yeah. So there you go. You see a guitar, you just want to break it.
Yes, you just want to break it.
And plus, I don't know how to play it, so it's frustrating.
Oh,
so smash it.
Next.
This next question comes from Steve Stressa.
Mr.
Question
Stressa,
for
winner.
Mr. Stressa.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Question is for Mitch. Are you working on any non-pony animation these days?
I have one episode of Littlest Pet Shop season 3 that will come out at some point. That I did, again, this was a long time ago. And then I did a bunch of pony stuff at the beginning of this year. But that's it. And then I'm back on the second book. But after I'm done with that, then we'll see. Then if I can go back. I've said no to a lot of stuff, which is really uncomfortable. But I could plug these things. Cindy's got a new show she's working on.
Yeah?
That she's story editing.
What's that?
I don't know what it's called. It's a French production that she asked me to write on, and I just didn't have time. I really, really wanted to, but I couldn't. Amy's working on another show. So I've had offers, but I just don't have time. I'm so far behind on this second book. That yes. But once I'm done with that, then maybe I'll go back in.
Here he is in Hawaii.
Yeah, I'm a little busy, Steve.
A little busy.
I'm in Hawaii right now.
Very, very important business.
Very,
right.
very important family business in Hawaii.
Yes.
Yeah.
So no, the answer is no. I have one episode of Littlest Pet Shop and then a bunch of pony stuff, season 5, and that's really it.
It's really where you belong.
Yes.
It's a bummer. It's great. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bummer because I got to write a book and another book, which is awesome. But it's a little bit of a bummer. I said no to Wander Over Yonder. Yeah, Lauren asked me to be on that when it first started, and I didn't have time.
A Mitch Larson Wander Over Yonder would have been awesome.
I know, it's such a bummer. It's really scary. It's scary to say no to jobs, but I just didn't have time.
Oh my God. Oh, you don't have to sleep. I'll come cook your meals. Whatever.
Well, actually, I might take you
right
up
for
on that.
Wander. I can't wait for the next season of Wander because man, that first season was awesome.
And that Craig McCracken, he knows what he's doing.
Awesome.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. Absolutely. You know what really makes me angry? Disney. Not only does your Wi-Fi stink in Hawaii, but you haven't done any merch for Wander Over Yonder. I keep going to the Disney store and I see nothing.
That is weird.
Get with it.
What are they doing?
What are you doing?
I think they're still stuck on the Frozen thing.
I know. They're still stuck on Frozen. Come on, it's
They're-
over. Frozen is
they're-
over. Let it
they're
go.
entire-
Oh,
No.
I beg to disagree.
Let it go, Disney.
Their entire merchandising pipeline is dedicated to Frozen at the
I
moment.
know. We don't have no Sylvia stuffed doll. We don't have a Wander stuffed doll. We don't have nothing. We don't have a Lord Hater stuffed doll.
They could do a Frozen parody, and then maybe they could get some.
I'm telling you. There you go. We're getting down to it there, Heavyweight. Give me some more questions.
This next question comes from Miss GM Barrow herself.
Oh dear, is it in a British accent? Do it,
Mr.
Heavy.
Larson. I can do a German really good.
Do it.
Mr. Larson, whose book do you think is going to sell more on our release date in October? Mine or yours?
That is a really challenging question.
Yes.
Did you know that GM Barrow and I have books coming out on the same day?
Yep.
She's got the advantage of having a pony title,
Yes.
which I don't know if you guys are aware, but it has a pretty big following.
Kind of.
And I don't have a pre-existing title. So the advantage that I have is I might have some little girls buying my book.
Yeah.
As opposed to the pony ones.
But yours is going to be a lot less expensive.
Is that right?
Isn't hers the Daring Do trilogy?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
yes,
it's
it
the
is.
whole
It's like
thing.
$70.
Okay. Well, then there's no
Which
question.
I bought.
I'll
It's coming. But yeah, so your book has the advantage of being a little less expensive. But
yeah, then I win.
then you might win.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We should have some sort of.
Oh, you might, Rabbit. You might.
We should have some sort of bet about who.
There you go.
Somebody needs to do something if they sell less copies.
Yes. Yes.
But I don't trust her figures. I think she'd make things up.
You think she's kind of cooking the books a little bit?
Oh yeah, definitely.
She wouldn't do that.
You ever met her?
Have I met her?
Yeah, I've met her.
She's been in the house for an interview. Yes. I've met
What,
her.
in the house?
In the house.
Come
The
on.
house. Yeah,
She was live at
she
studio?
came the day after BabsCon to our house for an interview. It was awesome.
That is awesome.
Yes.
That's really cool.
It was cool. So,
All right, next question. Do we got time?
yes, do it.
All right, next question from MarBZ. Question for Mr. Larson. If Hasbro offers you the chance to write for the next generation of MLP, will you take it?
You mean G5?
Yes. The next generation.
Oh, I think we might have lost him.
Of course.
Of course, we lost him.
He
Come
just
on.
said, you know what? I'm cutting this off early.
Get
I'm
back
done with
here,
you guys.
Mitch. Get back here. We'll give him a minute. Because we're really down at the end of the show right now. But I wanted to.
Yeah, we are.
There he is. Mitch.
Hello? Okay, good.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay, the question was,
I missed the question.
if Hasbro gave you the opportunity to write for G5 ponies, not what we're doing right now, but the next generation of ponies, you'd do it?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, why not?
Ponies in space.
I love this current version. I really have affection for these characters.
Yeah.
And the world, and I wouldn't necessarily be stoked about moving away from this version, but I'd be excited to see what another version was. I mean, Lauren did such an amazing job creating this world.
Mm-hmm.
Out of something that I thought was going to be garbage.
Yeah.
Because I know My Little Pony from the 80s,
Yeah,
and
it
I
was
grew up in a household of just me and my brother. We were just boy oriented the entire time, and My Little Pony was kryptonite. And then when I saw what Lauren did with the show, I was really, really, really impressed. And then it was even better than her original version. It just got better as she developed it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they could get somebody like that to do another version of it. Sure, why not?
Well, just think if somebody in this generation is watching this pony show who loves it so much that ends up being in the industry and given the show by Hasbro and says, here, reboot it again.
Yeah.
Little girl who's watching it now. Wouldn't that be fun?
It's a complete
That would be great.
Complete circle. It's the circle of life.
That's Disney.
I'm sorry,
Hasbro's
that's
not
Disney.
like.
And then there must always be in every generation an M.A. Larson. Some child will be born, and he is the next M.A. Larson.
That's right.
That's right. And with that, people, we are at the end of the program. And I want to remind everybody that we have a T-shirt at Redbubble right now. It's this one over my shoulder, done by Trish. Love you, Trish. So if you want to support the show, want to keep the show on the air, buy a T-shirt. And we'll rotate T-shirt designs every 6 months, hopefully. I'll get Trish to do a new one soon. But this is the new one with me taking Screwball on Ride for the Bike. And pick that one up. We'd love to see you wearing it out at the conventions during the season. Thank you very much for all your support. And with that, I want to say thank you to Emmy Larson for coming on during his family vacation in Hawaii. I'd like to thank Megan McCarthy for being a surprise guest for coming on. Also, Nathan, Heavyweight, for filling in for Screwball.
No problem.
Cowboy Dave, who makes us look so good in the YouTubes. EFN for giving us the platform. Amy, my wonderful girlfriend. Caradwin for making it all happen. And all of you out there who come watch us every time we turn the camera on and make fools of ourselves. Every dang time. Thank you very much. Next guest, 2 weeks, Animated James. Animated James will be with us the next show, so don't miss it. You people who won, Steve Strezza, I know you're out there. Contact me, and I'll get you your stuff. And Wayfarer, you also won, so get back with me. And with that, we're out of here. Thank you very much, Mitch. Any last words?
Thanks everybody. Thanks for listening, and thank you for having me on, and Heavy for doing the lifting.
Oh.
And yeah, if you are into middle grade princess fantasy, check out my book October 7th. And also,
I think we just lost him.
And with that,
we're out of here. Thank you very much for coming. Go pick up his book October 7th, and pick up GM Barrow's book also October 7th. And we'll see who wins and who has to come up and do something funny. So with that, we're out of here. Peace out. It's chess day. We're getting for the gym.
Chess day.
Bye.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We hate to leave you, but we'll be back soon. Good night, sweetheart. Good night. Good night, sweetheart. Good night.